good.
Congratulations. I know last night Daly Cherry-Evans announced that this will be his last season at Manly. Chief Executive Tony Mestrov is with us now. Tony, what's the latest with that?
Yeah, sure. We just want to reiterate the point that the Warringah Sea Eagles this morning coined a 2-year offer to Daly Cherry-Evans for the 26-27 season. Daly's a legend of this club. He's played more games than anyone else at this club. He has the right to stay at this club and play at this club. And if Daly does play in the NRL, we want him to play with the Manly Sea Eagles. I just want to reiterate what Daly said last night, that Daly did speak to us in December. He was going to either retire, go overseas. He reiterated that it would be his last year at Manly. We respected that. No one said anything. It was in the vault. And Daly obviously has felt like he's had to come out, obviously with the press around it. We've respected that. We did not want to make him an offer or infiltrate him in any way. We made an offer yesterday to his manager. We instructed that we would make a 2-year offer. We've done that today, so it wasn't a knee-jerk reaction. We'd been speaking about that for a while, so I just want to make that point. It's up to Daly now. It's up to him to make the decision. We feel like we've got a premiership to win with Daly. He's come out and clarified. I just want to clarify at this point. There's no animosity between Daly and the club. I spoke to Daly before I came to this press conference today. There is no problem with Daly in the club. There's no problem with Daly and me personally. There's no problem with Daly and the coach. So Daly has told a few teammates that it will be his last year, and it's up to Daly to quantify that at whatever point he wants to. But the ball's in his court in regard to the offer. If he is to play NRL again, we'd love him to play at Manly. That's for certain.
I'm just wondering, I think the question a lot of us have is, how did it get to a point where Daly decides that he wants to play on the NRL, but not at this club?
So look, that's Daly's decision. As far as we were concerned, Daly wasn't sure about what he was going to do, and this is what I passed on to the press for the last 3 months. I don't think he's still certain around what he wants to do. He doesn't know if he wants to retire. He's got a coaching offer from us to coach beyond that, but it's his decision. We obviously were discussing an offer back in October and November. Daly interacted and said, look, I'm not sure if I want to retire. I'm not sure if I want to go overseas, but it will be my last year at Manly. We respected that, and I think it's his decision. It's his career. He's been an amazing player for this club, and I think it's his right to do whatever he wants. We're going to support him in every way. Like I said this morning, I thought he did well last night. He was honest. He spoke from the heart like I am today, and there's no scripts with me and Daly. We're speaking openly about what happened, and there's no animosity. I want him to be able to walk into this club any time in the future, whatever he likes, because he's a legend of the club. So I just think that it's Daly doing as he sees fits in his career. It's up to him and his family to make the appropriate decision.
So Tony, can I ask you a question? If you were under the understanding that Daly was to retire, you didn't make the offer based on that, were you surprised last night that he came out? And were you blindsided to some degree?
No, I don't think we were blindsided. I think he's still not sure about what he's doing, and he reiterated that to Siebes yesterday. So I don't think he's sure. So while he's reconsidering his future, we made an offer. We've been discussing that offer internally, and I think as a Manly supporter, you want to see him stay in the maroon and white. So I wasn't blindsided because Daly told us in December. He was upfront. We just didn't want to tell the broader media. We respected him. We kept away from him. But what happened, the media in the last 2 weeks has fast-tracked this situation. And we've always had offers on the table with Daly. We've always said, look, we'd love you to stay at the club. And as far back as November, we were talking about a 1-year extension. Although nothing was formally put on the table, the discussion was already there. And as I said, we're supporting whatever decision he wants to make. He's earned the right, Bulldog, to do that.
I can't work out, though, why Daly doesn't want to stay here. What do you think it is?
Well, look, it's up to him. Like I said, he deserves that right. He's played more games than anyone at the club, and the decision's down to him, not to me. So we're supporting in every way. The discussions have been ongoing, and I wasn't blindsided at all. But we kept it in the vault, as we do everything in this club.
Tony, just to clarify, did you offer Daly that deal before you announced it to the media?
So we spoke to his management yesterday, so it wasn't a knee-jerk reaction last night. We discussed it internally over a certain time. Everyone's seen his form at the beginning of the year. It's been outstanding, and we think he can play 2 more years. If Daly wants to stay in the NRL, we want him to play with Manly, and we all know he can play 2 years, but it's up to him.
You're speaking about, keeping it in-house and trying to keep this all private, is it usual practice to announce something like that on television?
I think that was Daly's choice. Look, and
I also mean your office, sorry, last night.
Look, at the end of the day, we'd already spoken in the day, and I felt like from a club point of view, we needed to come out and clarify that we want Daly to stay here. And I think for all the supporters, knowing that the club's supporting Daly and wants him to stay here, I think that's important from a support point of view, and we are being proactive. But it wasn't a knee-jerk reaction. It was already spoken about during the day before we had any knowledge of Daly going on 100% football last night.
Did you believe that he'll stay?
Sorry.
Cody. His language last night was respectfully, no, I will not accept that deal from Manly. So are you too late?
I don't think we're too late. It's never say never. I mean, I don't think Daly's made a decision himself, and that's what I'm saying. Let's hope he reconsiders. I don't think it's late in any sense of the imagination, and we've put our best foot forward. Obviously, we put out in writing this morning to his management, and we'll wait for an answer back. I've said that to Daly personally. It's your decision. We'll respect the time you need to make for that decision, and I think we're all good with it. I said to Daly, good luck on Sunday. We're here supporting you. If you need me, ring me. So I just think that it's a shock to the broader world that he mightn't be at Manly Sea Eagles, but not to us. The discussions have been ongoing, and I think he's been upfront about it and the situation we're all dealing with it.
Tassie, how long can you wait for him to take that offer? Because obviously there's salary cap planning, and you don't want to miss out on, you don't want to keep that money and miss out on someone else. So how long can you wait for Daly to take that offer?
We'll decide internally how long we'll wait. There's a certain time period we do need to move on, and further to that, that we obviously have got plans in place beyond Daly. We knew this day would possibly come, so we've got some planning which I don't want to go into today, but we've obviously got plans beyond Daly. And we know he's supportive of that, so that's a given as well. We've known this day would possibly come.
Tony, are there things you would have done differently to avoid the situation that played out last night? No, like with that offer that you tabled or put to his management yesterday, if you had your time over, would you have done that a couple of months ago? Or
I don't think so. I think given Daly's form, he warranted the offer. I think maybe we could have done it in-house in a better way, but look, it was up to Daly. He wanted to do that. Who am I to stop him? Look, maybe it could have been done in a better way, but look, Daly chose to come out. We're supporting that. I'm not shying away. I'm here today facing up to all questions because we don't shy away from anything. As I said to Daly this morning, we're with you, we're supporting you, whatever you want to do. He's always welcome back to the club. The offer's there for a coaching position. And you don't offer a coaching position, don't want to be there if there's animosity. So everything he's done, look, could have been done in a different way, but it is what it is. We've got a game to win on Sunday.
I'm more meaning though, if you had your time over, would you the offer that you offered yesterday, would you have done that a few months earlier to avoid this situation playing out the way it has?
No, we wanted to respect Daly's privacy, and we've always done that. As I said to Daly this morning, we respected that you told us, and we have not told a soul, and that's been in the vault, and I'm proud of that as a club. And I think it's a shock to everyone else, but not necessarily us. And we wanted to give him his space, and I think we've done that. And I don't think it looks like a knee-jerk reaction. If he wants to play in the NRL game, we want him to play at Manly. If he chooses to go to another club, then he chooses to go to another club. But we've put our best foot forward in what is a very, very strong offer, and now it's in Daly's court.
Tony, you reflected earlier about the drive to win a premiership this season. Are you worried this could derail Manly's season?
Not at all. Daly and I spoke about it. He, from day one when he got back to pre-season, was talking about winning a premiership. He told the boys, let's win it, and I think it's even galvanised the side even more. I think it's healthy that Daly's got it out there now, given the last 2 weeks. I don't think for anyone it was healthy. It had a propensity to derail the year, but I think now it's just galvanised the squad. I think Daly's now focused on winning a premiership. I actually would love Daly to stay here, but I like the fact that he is focused on winning a premiership. We've even spoken like this for a number of years, and the fact that we are now in a position to do that is pretty exciting.
Are you worried moving forward without him? Because you're not a stronger team without Daly.
Of course, he's irreplaceable, but we kind of knew this day had come, and we've got planning behind that. We've obviously got some exciting young talent in Anthony Large and Joey Walsh. They are the future, and we've got other plans for other players and moving of position. I don't want to go into that today, but it's exciting. We go into our next step, but Daly will never be forgotten, and he's irreplaceable. It's as simple as that. The club's he's played more games than anyone else and captained the club more than anyone else. So he's irreplaceable, but like every club, you've got to move on, and we're quite content where we are at the moment.
Tony, just trying to read the tea leaves. Just, I know you said there's been offers back and forth, but it's not a case of you guys come out and lowballing Daly.
We haven't lowballed because it's just been a discussion point. So the first formal offer was this morning, but the ongoing discussions, there was no lowballing at all. The figure that we've offered, I don't want to go into it, it hasn't been lower than that. So there's no such thing as a lowball figure, and we wouldn't do that to disrespect Daly. It wouldn't be on. So we're not about that. The club are about respecting the past, which we do, and respect to what he's done at the club.
As the fans hurt most in this situation, what sort of reception do you think Daly gets here on Sunday?
Well, I hope he gets a positive reception. He's come out and said, I won't be at the club next year. He wants to win a premiership. We've all seen how he's played, and I hope the fans celebrate his career here, and I hope they cheer him and back him. I know they will. I know there's a lot of support for Daly in the club. So the way the club's turned the corner in the off-season has been superb. Daly's led that. From day one, when he's got back to training in January, he has won every race, and he's been amazing. And his focus now, I'm glad we've actually got this out of the way, although we are all disappointed that he can focus on football and winning the premiership.